as it is becoming a nail-biter. It's exactly what you want from a grand final. We are going into a third map, and once again, time to introduce my desk. I'm not alone here. I'm joined by Natu and Vendetta. Let's just kind of cover what we have just witnessed over on Cash. That was described by you beforehand as Titan's playground, expecting the Titan to see Titan take that one up, but it was no easy feat. Starting with you, actually, Halvor.
Yeah, Navi got off to a much better start on their T side than what we expected. They ended up with, I think it was 5 rounds in the A. It didn't, no, actually, no, completely scratch that.
Rewind.
Yeah, exactly. No. In any case, Navi ended up with a much better T side than what we expected to see from them. And at a certain point, we actually said, well, this could be enough for Navi because they're a strong CT side team. They have Opus that can open up the map. They have just strong individual players. They can do this. And then Titan just went on a complete roll on their T side. Got the pistol round, won the first spy round. And after that, Navi got into this situation where they pretty much had to force up. They had to force up, didn't even get the time to build up that economy they wanted. And you could see the cool thing about this for Titan was that everyone was involved this time around. It wasn't Maniac, it wasn't just Apex, it wasn't just RPK, Existence, or Mechanic. Everyone was actually doing an equal job and worked out brilliantly for them. We saw everyone stepping up at times with solid individual plays, Existence winning one-on-ones, that type of thing. Just overall really well played by Titan.
Yeah, I mean, it was Titan winning a lot of clutch rounds, like you pointed out, and I think that was the key factor there. And at the same time, Navi, they made some risky plays, pushes here and there, but none of them really paid off for them, and they were not able to catch any Titan player off guard.
One point that was made off air was we were talking about Existence, and it was just Halvor going, he is always the last one alive.
Yeah,
How is he always the last one alive?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because of his approach to in-game leading. He's more far back, and it's just how things play out, and he ends up being in those situations. And he's been doing pretty good at that this tournament, and so.
But I mean, do you think that's because of the way his style of in-game leadership? Do you think there's a reason that he's the last one alive, or is that just the way the cards fall? Yeah,
I mean, there's different approaches. Like I usually am more involved in attacks, like more up front. So I feel like I get more better picture of what's going on. But then other people just may seem to think that when you're less involved, it's for the better. But I don't know. I mean, it's just a different approach to it, I guess.
And so let's start talking Cobble. That is going to be our deciding map. That's going to be the deciding factor in this final here for the ESL Pro League. And I think the first thing I'm going to have to ask both of you is when you see this matchup on paper, I know it feels like kind of a rinse and repeat question, but it's so important here in the grand finals. Cobble, beforehand you said 50-50. What's going to change that? What's going to change the odds as we go into Cobble, Natu?
For me, it's very much a coin flip, just in terms of I feel both teams really seem to like it. I think it's going to be a lot of who's going to be able to find those gaps and utilize them in their favor. And again, a lot of clutch rounds are going to come into play. If Titan is going to keep that stretch of winning one-on-ones and situations like that, it's going to be tough for Navi. But at the same time, if Navi can win those situations, then I think whoever really wins those clutch situations is going to be in a heavy favorite position.
I wish we had more time, but it looks like the teams are sitting down ready. They want to get straight on with the grand final. I don't blame them, of course, want to keep that momentum going. And so that means it's time for, once again, to introduce your casters. I'm on a high with my previous intro, so I'm going to stick with that again. It's the trio, the deadly trio, and I'm going to get it right this time. Devil Mandler.
Thank you very much, Machine, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They talked about the fact that they are getting ready to go. Knife round's going to be coming up in a moment. It's going to be Cobblestone, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, map 3. If you didn't catch it, 16-12 was the Mirage score, 16-8 the Cash score. Yep. I want to see a really close one here on Cobblestone. I want to see some back and forth action. We've seen some very close Cobble games already this tournament. Do we feel this is a T-sided map now, by the way? This is something I also want to throw in the mix.
I think it is a T-sided map. It's because it's so easy to hold the map control as a B player. You can be basically alone towards B on T and actually work 4 men towards A, whilst the CT has to have 3 people B and 2 people towards A. And but I actually like Titan's way of holding B. They kind of hold like with a baiting position for RPK up on the block, as we call it, with the tree. He hides behind the tree. And Existence actually, like, they're in a safe position. So Edward, who's going towards that B site, he's not gonna have an easy time actually picking off players.
That's a good point to make, actually. I mean, these changes that we've seen recently have made it easier for teams to pick up T-side rounds. To say that the map is completely T-sided, though, that's...
I think it's like
I think it's even
6 T-side map.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think if any team is capable of showing us that, it's Titan. Just because their T-side seems to be in really good shape right now on this map. So, you know, we saw what they were capable of on Cash. They're going to be feeling very confident in their T-side now. This should be a map to watch.
More importantly, we saw what Na'Vi are capable of on Cobble. We've seen some amazing stuff from them. Obviously taking down NV on it, that was the main part. But, well, the knife round is going to go Na'Vi's way unless something magical comes out of RPK and Maniac. RPK is completely run away. He's just going to... Well, I guess, you know, if you're not going to get a kill. Where's RPK going?
Flamey actually giving them a helping hand there. Now RPK is just like, man on a mission.
He's like, come get me, guys. They're just not. They're not believing. They're just like, we're going to stay as 3 and we're going to get you down. So, okay. Let's actually see what they do. Let's see. They are going to stay CT. So they choose CT. Maybe this is the mind games that you were talking about earlier. You just feel confident starting off in the CT.
CT is usually the side that people just prefer, even if it's not the CT side map. It's just a comfortability thing where maybe you can get some inspiration from the other T side and their play.
And we'll see how it works out for them. More importantly, we'll see how Titan do. I feel that this has been the map of the tournament. I've seen so much Cobblestone this tournament and at ESL Katowice as well. It's definitely become one of the more common maps. We are seeing a 3-2 split. Apex actually holding right back with RPK around the T spawn.
And this is just to counter this kind of push coming through here. Are you kidding me?
How did he put shots up in there? What? Is this matchmaking? Tagged him down to 11 health. Why would you even go for it? But he gets RPK down and seized.
Wow, that's incredible. He checks that spot. That is incredible. Are you as shocked as we are, Devil?
I mean, I guess he knows about this part, but it just feels weird that he would actually go for the peak there. And actually, Maniac, they're doing an A-split now, and this is very, very uncomfortable for Na'Vi and their positioning.
Guardian's going to get caught out. He's pushed in. Maniac will jump around, get himself the second seized. He's going to get in a good position, though. Now they've managed to get the bomb planter. They've got themselves in a very good position. Maniac all alone. He's going to have to pull off the ace here. Gets himself a triple, but Edward will clean things up. And while it was a little uncomfortable for Na'Vi, they do pick up the pistol.
I kind of felt like they were shocked that Seized actually came from behind, because they took positions before actually having the site and the bomb plant down. You know, Maniac under the balcony, securing that side, and it just felt like too much lurking before they actually have secured anything.
And no surprise that C's manages to pick up that kill, or rather check that position behind the waist barrel there, just because you can crouch back there and you only really see the guy's shoulder, but that's got to be a spot that you check now if you're playing A apartments looking out towards T-spawn, right? So nicely done there by C's. Got to give that round to him. I think he's just had such a high impact. Tagging up Apex heavily, getting 2 frags. I mean, that was just fantastic work for him, and what a start for Na'Vi on their CT side.
Just the threat of him being behind them in that situation just makes it so much easier for the rotating players. He buys so much time and information, obviously.
Whoa, well, Guardian just gets completely demolished, and Flamey going to try and rotate through to balcony. He's going to try and hold this line here with the MP9 as they come rushing by. There could be some pre-fire, though. Maniac takes that fight, but it's not going to be good enough. The swap out for the FAMAS, and that's going to cost him Flamey those split seconds. He's not able to connect with the shots.
Well, this is a second round that's once again been won by the Tech9s.
They just ran them over.
Patch change? Not sure.
Titan making so much noise there, and one thing is just, you know, like Flamey actually looked over at them. Titan, man, they're getting in their opponent's heads with that kind of round. That was just so decisive. I'm wondering. Nah, well, that's too early to tell.
Too early to tell, yeah. Interesting that they stuck with their Tech9s, actually. A lot of them did pick up those SMGs that they ran through, but they didn't choose to switch them. They chose instead to keep on going. Maniac finds Guardian. That's going to cause a heavy rotate. They've already stacked out 4 members at A site. Na'Vi had, leaving Zeus all alone at drop, but Apex is the man that's going to prod there. Edward, though, with that Mag 7, really wants to get up close and personal, and it's Maniac that may well come around the corner for him.
It's a good position. He's going to take that peek aggressive, looks for the fight, goes for the jump shot, but Maniac with the pre-fire holds him back. Instead, it's Flamey in mid. or rather underpass. Not going to be able to get much out of it apart from a headshot onto Kenny, but now they are going to be able to roll up here. Zeus is now rotated in, actually gets that good shot with that CZ75, but hangs around just a second too long, and Existence will pick him off. So good recovery there by Existence and Titan. But Na'Vi, I think that they were looking to get a bit more out of that round with the investment that they made.
Yeah, and they actually stacked towards A with just one guy on B, and they didn't get anything basically from it. So yeah, good presence there on mid from Titan.
Well, this time they're going to try the opposite and stack 4 members over at B side. Guardian's the man that's going to go through window check drop. Maniac is the man that's prying all alone. This is what you talked about. The one guy that goes out has a little look around and he's going to get one, but that was probably more than they were hoping for. Existence is there to back him up while the rest of Titan, well, they're hanging around mid at the moment, but it looks like they're already making tracks over towards his B side.
And Existence now has to basically mind this position due to the AK that was dropped by Maniac. So he wants to make sure that Na'Vi aren't able to like boost up here, jump up here, and get that gun. He wants to just keep control of this, and he's going to be able to swap it out, drop that M4 behind to make perfectly sure that Na'Vi have nothing to work with here. And this should be Titan being able to walk out onto these sites.
Oh.
Apex gets a long-range shot, but C's gets the drop on RPK.
Yeah, RPK caught off unawares there as he can running up behind him. Just give him the AK, but doesn't manage to get the shot. Guardian has, though, from block, I believe it was, you're calling it. So we'll go with what Fnatic use. Apex does manage to get himself one. Guardian all alone will get taken down. Wasn't able to rescue himself any guns from that one, but it was a costly round for Titan, considering that was a full eco from Na'Vi.
Yeah, just great keeping Titan's money low, but they actually, with the SMGs they've had, they actually have 9,000 on Existence and it's almost 8,000
on Apex. So that's not going to be too much trouble actually rebuying, even if they lose this round, right? That's the impact of getting $600 per frag instead of 3, right? You just get so much money.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. He's only got 3 kills, but he's died once. But like you say, he's just it's that money. It's money making bank, I suppose, with the SMGs all day. A Guardian is going to get picked off. That's going to be Kenny S. And now they're going to make their way towards there. Seized has Apex and Kenny S just around the corner, waiting for that molly to clear. Oh, Seized, when you're not landing your shots, that's the opening position. Apex is going to make it a little bit easy for you. And this is, well, Na'Vi invested fully for this round, and it's not really working out for them unless we can see some magic from someone. Maybe Zeus is that guy. He's been carrying his team forward throughout this tournament. Let's see if he can keep doing it.
Oh, does he hit the timing right here? He does. He spot that man, and he's going to get the rotator as well. But RPK turns back somehow to cover and catches Zeus out. Not a single bit of luck going Na'Vi's way this round so far. Just getting picked off left, right, and center.
I mean, this should be Titan's round. There's no way they should actually be able to defend this. Even if they're both here on the B site, they should be able to just trade the kills.
Well, Flamey gets one, doesn't get the second. RPK and Maniac pick that up, and Titan's starting to stretch their legs a little. 4-1 for them, and, well, the money roll keeps on coming for them. It's 11K for Existence now. He can bankroll his entire team should he require it. Zeus also, well, he is leading scorer for his team, but when 4 frags in 5 rounds, not too bad when you're 4-1 down.
Yeah, and just once they get the entry there on the side, connected there towards A, it just seems like Na'Vi's rotation, it's kind of panicky, and Titan is playing a very, very methodical way. They're just holding the angles and waiting for another entry to come their way.
But I do like the stack out of Na'Vi. They should know that Titan really do heavily favor the A apartments, that they like to send Apex up there, and he loves to just go jumping around those corners, taking wild shots. So this is a key part of Titan's game, and Na'Vi are looking to hard counter that. Teach Titan not to do this.
Double nade!
Though. That's so thorough, and that's so sick. But Zeus does come back in with the headshot onto Apex, thanks to that CZ75. He's going to go for more as well, and, well, it nearly drops Kenny.
If buts and nearlies doesn't win you round, sadly, and Kenny will get Guardian straight back down. Existence also gets another and Seized all alone. CZ75 hoping that Kenny or somebody peeks around that door, but Titan are not going for it. Maniac's the man that's rotating. Existence still has the bomb, but they've got 40 seconds to play with. Existence actually, is he going to back away? Seized is ready and waiting for this one. Is he going to peek for it? Kenny's not looking. Existence is.
It's weird how they're wasting... Why aren't they going to the B side when Maniac actually cleared it?
The timing was there. That was a very dangerous situation, I feel, for Titan. If Seized had managed to get him down, he would have collected the AK. and suddenly they're left with about 15 seconds to try and get in and kill the man.
I mean, I like that they're together there in the middle and not spreading out, but it seemed like they could just made the rotation and been completely safe.
14,000 now on existence. I think he actually topped out. He probably just had to buy. Yeah, he bought a molly up. That's what it was. So he had topped out at 16k, I think he had. So managed to buy everything else, get his full set of nades in there. And now Maniac and Existence are on the push. Maniac will get smoked off by Edward. We'll see if that delays things. This time around, it's Apex pushing forward, but that molly and smoke will delay him.
And once again in this position, Na'Vi are focusing on the A site. They've got 3 guys over here right now, controlling mid, controlling underpass. They want to make sure that Titan cannot push through here.
Oh.
Touchdown nade straight onto Apex. And there you go. That's kind of the warning call because Kenny gets dropped to 6, Maniac down to 26, and they've already lost a man Titan. So it's going to be very difficult now for them to have an impact.
Yeah, that boost backfire in there. Apex being the shoulder carrier for Kenny S, trying to keep him up there, but nade landed, almost got himself a double with that one. Maniac, Zeus, I'm pretty sure, has him pinned off here. Yes, he does. He manages to get himself down. Titan are going to make a B rotation here. It was a double up risk for Na'Vi, of course. The second time of asking with the rifles. This time it may well work out for them. Existence gets the drop on Zeus, but Zeus comes out on top. And now they have 4 members on B site ready and waiting for Titan to come out.
And they shouldn't actually be able to save there. With C's actually being in this position, they should have all the time in the world to actually hunt them down.
Yeah, exactly. He's already pushed all the way back in. He's going to be looking through the new tunnels as well that are connecting the site, so he may be able to find RPK. RPK, I think, is kind of like the sacrificial lamb here.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, okay, here, have RPK. We're going to save the really expensive gun. And that's not too shabby, actually. Good, solid holds actually coming through for Na'Vi.
RPK actually see him and not shoot, and then just save the rifle instead?
That's wild. Okay, well then. They actually managed to hold on to both. That's really well done there by Titan.
Actually thought that C's would be in a position to hear Kenny when he was running for that save, but that was not the case, and both of the guns are saved. But I guess it made sense not to hunt. I mean, they already know Titan has so much money, so they don't press the issue.
And they're once again going for 3 on A right now. Titan, though, they could be setting up for a fairly quick B play here if they want. They're looking to catch somebody off guard with Kenny in that position, but there's still a gap in this smoke, and they're looking to abuse that right now. Edward, I feel, is going to be the linchpin here for Na'Vi, holding behind Henhouse.
Yeah, but it's so easy to force him out with just a Molotov. So we'll see how this actually works out. He actually gets caught off guard.
Yeah, the flash made him look away, and Titan had already used that advantage to get themselves out in sight. Now, 5 members, plant going down. I think Na'Vi are just going to choose to try and save this one. Guardian already heading away. 1 up's already been lost in this round. They don't want to lose a second. That's going to be a 6-2 start for Titan. Not too shabby over on the T side. Apex is the man that's going to go hunting for the frags.
And Titan have really got this measured out as well. That take worked perfectly. They had that flash ready for Henhouse, so Edward wouldn't have an impact with the AWP. And then he just got completely outpeaked and wallbanged as well, I think. So not a whole lot that Na'Vi seem to be able to do here. Titan have just got this map figured out, and Apex even catching the guys who are trying to hold on to their guns. Guardian is going to take him out, and I don't think that they're going to have time to be able to hunt Guardian down, the remaining Titan members. At this point, the money is just in shambles for Na'Vi.
Yeah, and we'll see them actually make force buy here. They put the AWP back on Guardian, and yeah, they need to change something up. I feel like it's risky to play 3 people A. I feel like they kind of have to go 3B, hold 2 drop, and kind of, yeah, just play it that way.
Well, at the moment, Titan taking another look around this map, seeing what angle they can go with. They've gone with A a couple of times. They've gone with B a couple of times. This time around, they're going to prod and poke. Unlike we saw with Envy, who caught Edward off guard so many times, so many rounds running, just dashing straight through that smoke. Titan are not going that route. They're going to play it, as Anders said, how you should play. Don't rush through the smoke. It's not the done thing. Siege does manage to find Apex, though. That was over on long 8. He has got Kenny S still there, who's scoped up and waiting, but he manages to get the jump across, and now he's going to go looking for it. Kenny S pushing for it, and that's going to be at his detriment, because Flamey does manage to get himself a kill. Existence peeking around window over at B. Edward all alone at B at the moment. Guardian going to try and flash him out, and they have got themselves over into B site because they know A is clear now.
They have no more flashes here either, Titan, so they have to worry about the ops. Edward and Guardian are going to be able to create this crossfire that just stops that bomb cold. They had the smokes, but without the flashes, it was very difficult for Titan to force that site, and now Existence is pinned down between connectors. Seized is already there to cut off that line of retreat for him. Edward and Guardian there to guard the bomb, basically, and you know, Guardian living up to his name. He's got that AWP, but it's going to be Seized to pick up the frag. And Na'Vi, very solid, actually, very solid work up in A apartments, but then also, you know, with the kind of catch-all strategy that they had, just spread out with like a 2-1-2 across the map.
Yeah, but it felt like this was the first round they actually played defensively towards that area, and they just caught Titan off guard when they were kind of into A apartments too quickly, and you know, the bait and switch they kind of did there in the middle. I really, really like that position. I think they should keep playing this smoke off mid early, back off into a more defensive position once they know Titan has taken it over.
Edward chose not to smoke out B there. He's actually instead wanting to take a peek. It's giving Maniac the chance. There it is. The smoke came a little late. Maniac was about to peek out there, but the steps were heard. Smoke goes down, and he will get stopped in his tracks. But this is given actually an opportunity for Titan to get around long A. You can see Apex actually getting around the back of Seized already. May well be able to get himself out there. Flaming meanwhile losing out the battle. That's going to be Apex getting that kill on him. Seized is going to get flashed out, but it didn't really work on him, and he's going to get the chance, but he doesn't get the kill on Existence. He will get burnt down, and that will be Titan opening up a good chunk of the A site as Zeus drops.
Yeah, so that was all about Zeus actually being able to just hold that position, but he peeks into Kenny's crosshair, and a great headshot there by RPK to find Guardian and clear up this A site. So this time around, again, Titan are able to get back into it, and I have to say, once again, this is going to be even harder here for Na'Vi. Yeah, the pause is coming out from Na'Vi. They realize they've just lost control of the situation completely.
Well, they called the tactical pause against Envy early on today. That was the first match of the day at 7-1 down. They came back, pulled it back to 8-7, I believe, in that half. Not a bad time to do it. It's going to go 7-3. We're not going to see Edward pulling anything magic off in this round. So I'm going to put this on you, Devilwalk, because you are the coach. And I know for a fact, after having discussions with you before, that basically you don't talk to your team until Pronex basically asks you. So, okay, Devilwalk, he asks your opinion. So what would you do in this situation? Because clearly Zeus is like, okay, I need a moment to think on this one.
Well, I basically tell Pronex when I feel like it's something game-changing, I can tell him. I won't interrupt his ideas, because mine are usually quite different than actually Pronex. So I actually feel like Na'Vi should kind of let go of that middle control, that connector room in the middle. Once they hit the 1 minute mark, don't press the issue, because when they take over side the apartments, it's very, very hard to hold it. Like, it's 2 angles after 1 minute instead of 1, and that's when you need to back off into a more defensive posture on A.
Yeah, they've not been having too much success. It's not even really been the B. It's not been the B pushes that's been backfiring. It's actually the A side pushes that's been catching them out off guard. They've not been able to really find any position that they feel comfortable in on there.
But I mean, Titan hasn't even made us like a push for a site before they've won a round. They've just gotten the picks in the middle and then caught rotations off guard. I mean, just let it play out a bit more. Let actually Titan make a waste their nades to gain the map control and let them make and execute, because, yeah.
Well, I'm curious, I would love to hear what StarX is actually saying right now, because he's giving quite a bit of input back there in this discussion that's ongoing on the Na'Vi side. And I'm wondering if they're going to be touching on what you just mentioned, you know, try and play it a bit more passively, hold the angles rather than going for these aggressive challenges, because it seems to be playing into Titan's favor. Or it seems like, you know, Na'Vi are in the position, but they aren't able to pull off the fight. You know, Flamey with that key, well, miss, you know, on the spray in the mid and underpass there, you know, to open things up for Titan. They just kind of sped up after that Titan. So we shall see. We shall see how things play out here. It looks like we are ready to get back into this. Yeah. And of course, Titan taking advantage of this timeout to go over their own battle strategy here.
And we should really put across just how important this win is to both of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Na'Vi and Titan, neither of them have been in a final for a long time. This would be a big win for both of them to get themselves back in there, almost re-establish Na'Vi back in towards that top 5 echelons maybe. Titan maybe just give them something back in their hope, because they went into Katowice almost as, I would say, one of the top 5s, despite the fact they were in Envy's group, but they just crumbled after that Envy loss. they've got something to prove, certainly to the international community.
I think so, but I almost wonder if it's bigger for Na'Vi to get the win, really, because they haven't made finals, they haven't won anything, just no impact for so very long. It would be amazing for them to actually take a title here at the beginning of the year. Good work coming in from Seized, actually, making this a bit more of an expensive round. Now Guardian has an AWP to play with, Seized has an AK. I mean, they actually have some firepower here, Na'Vi. They could be a threat.
The bomb not gone down from existence just yet. Now it's getting planted. That's given Na'Vi time to get in here. More importantly, execute a attack, but Maniac is in a great position here. He's going to wait for Guardian to go past, just guns him down in the back. And now Seized and Flamey, they have to spin around, but they've managed to get existence. Apex is the last man standing. And this is possible. Titan.
No bomb plan yet.
No, that's just wild. Flamey takes a step out. Flamey really playing with fire here. He's going to win, but Apex not able to adjust his spray in time. Well done there by Na'Vi, actually. Flamey just drawing attention to himself in the end and stepping out and confirming the frag as soon as he could. So Na'Vi actually win an eco round. After, so I guess, you know, ops and all that, you know, you don't really need that. Just P250s, that'll do the trick.
Maybe that's what the discussion was. It's like, you know what, guys, I've got a great trick. Just listen me out on this one.
Don't buy anything.
Yeah. But there we go. So, Edward, and I actually don't know. I didn't see whether Existence got clipped while he was planting or whether they deliberately delayed that plant. I think they wanted to get the guns that had been recovered by Na'Vi out of their hands.
Yeah. I mean, that was just, I guess, a major mistake. They had Maniac in such a great position and they still didn't, like, get the round. They even knew where the other two players came from. They came from drop area. They heard the steps when they actually dropped down there from Apex. So, should have actually been no shot.
I'll just chalk that up to a fluke, really. And, well, Maniac is also chalking that up to a fluke because he's walked in and basically owned both players on the B site. Rotation comes in from Flamey, though, and he gets a great headshot. So, still, Na'Vi able to fight back. It's still advantage Titan, though. They've got that man advantage, and now they seem to be applying the pressure towards this A site. They've got the bomb here on Existence, now on RPK.
Oh, this is huge.
Nice position. And he's boosted up into there, isn't he? Gets himself, spots one going past. Now the question is, will that be misinformation? Will Na'Vi be sticking on this A side because Seized has seen that head past him and Titan completely rotated. It's only Existence that's there. He's doing heavy footsteps, making himself walk around. Gets the back of Seized. He's going to get Flamey and he walks straight around. Guardian does get the kill, but he is the lonely man. And that time, Titan won't mess around. They will get the bomb plant in and Guardian, he's running for the hills.
I mean, even if Seized got the misinformation there, I still think it's at that point when Na'Vi has the men down, I think it's the right choice to actually go for a gamble towards the side anyways. Existence came maybe a bit too far into the sides and actually picked off people because they could have gone for a save if they actually went for B.
Right, exactly, yeah. Hold on to these guns because this is not doing anything for their money again. And it's still very low on Na'Vi's side, so they just are not having anything go their way. Na'Vi, Guardian is going to be able to hold on to the AWP, though, up in apartments, so he'll be pleased about that. But this is still, you know, just better and better play that we're seeing out of Existence on an individual level as well. Not missing those 2 key kills. Na'Vi doesn't seem like they're willing to give up anymore. They realize that they've got their backs to the wall, that they have to desperately have to get rounds on the board, so they're going for a force buy behind this. The fact that Guardian holds on to that op seems to be enough.
Well, let's see how it works. That last round was exactly as you called it, Devilwalk. There's simply Maniac going in and doing his thing, getting them double kills, opening B site completely and causing Na'Vi some issues. This time around, though, it is going to be Seized trying to hold them back. Guardian with that orb's about to get 2 people come around this corner. He knows there's a molly there.
Opposition.
Oh, nice. Gets Apex. Can he get the second? It is going to be not going to be Kenny S. I was about to say Kenny S. creeping around the corner, but Kenny seems to have Guardian's number, I feel, throughout this matchup.
Yeah. We aren't really seeing the big impact out of Guardian, that's true. She's only 7 frags right now. I mean, 7, 1, and 9.
In general, this map is actually really, really hard to op on because it's so many angles to actually check. If you're down like in the connector in mid, looking up towards A side, there's so many like small peaks. You can only use like your head to peek defensively as CT, and I'm actually surprised they're actually not utilizing that more.
Good rotation from Na'Vi. They've read Titan's push here, but have they got the cover off? RPK is going to get forced away. That molly will just catch his back. Flamey.
Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get the Molotov right. That's going to create a big opportunity here for Na'Vi to clean up all 3 frags happening within the space of a few seconds there. And throughout that, Edward just kind of hanging out in hut.
Yeah.
Didn't show himself.
Actually, I mean, I think even White and Cage was like, oh, great. Is this going to be one of the rounds? I know he's going to be kicking himself on. You do often follow the person that you feel. You do often feel you follow the person that's going to make the impact, but sadly this time it wasn't to be. Zeus once again covering off drop. Maniac's going that way. Guardian steps in and backs away. He's got himself the up once again. And we'll see how much of an impact he can make on this one, because it's RPK making steps there. Those wonderful wooden doors that me and Anders were talking about earlier on. And the wooden doors gifted back to us by Gaben, but unfortunately they're on the foot of Cobble.
Look, I mean, Titan hasn't actually taken over any map control over A, even though Na'Vi actually decide to go defensive this round. They're risking nothing but still buying time for Titan to actually take control over it.
Just watching, see whether Titan are going to get the drop on Zeus. I was waiting to see whether he's actually going to make his move. It does force him away, so Apex playing it right through his assortment of grenades down there. Flash, smoke, and molly all gone down in the same direction. Kenny picks up the bomb, the rotation now on. Apex is going to be moving in towards Edward. He's going to deliberately delay this one. Siege does manage to get Existence down on A, and that's actually giving Na'Vi the information. They're already making tracks over towards B site. Is the race going to be won by Na'Vi or Titan?
I love this position from Edward. It's like a free frag kind of deal. He's going to pick up one and then be able to get another one-on-one.
And importantly, that was the bomb drop there. Guardian also coming in. Second down, it's Kenny. Kenny's making tracks, and Na'Vi are going to get themselves another round on the board. Seemingly that pause has worked wonders for them. The pause was at 7-3, I believe, and we're about to see ourselves going into an 8-6 situation. And Na'Vi they really make use of these pauses. That's going to be another round on the board. They could actually pull this back to 8-7.
And they're going to get a reasonable buy out of this. Zeus should be dropped a rifle. Everybody's going to have what they need, whereas it's going to be Titan trying to cobble together something here for the 15th round of this first half. So, as you say, really nice job and really clever position by Edward. He was pretty much the key man there for Na'Vi to hold them off of that line, that sight that would allow them to get in there.
Yeah.
And they took a little bit too long. Once Existence got picked off, it became very clear. They didn't see anybody else.
Very stressful position, actually, because they had like 15 seconds. They actually had to gamble, and Edward being there just made it so easy for him.
Guardian is just turning this into a shooting range. Kenny does return finally, but the damage is done, and it's now just Kenny all by his lonesome to pick up this round. 1v4 going up against Seized again, but Flamey and Zeus are also on this A site. They're just going to be camping this bomb. Edward making sure that nobody else is around here, that he can't back off.
Flamey is pushing hard to get around the back of them. Titan not going to rescue anything, and it is an 8-7 half. So Na'Vi, despite pulling off that pause 7-3 down, do manage to rescue everything from that one. And actually, you got to feel Na'Vi coming into the T side are going to be feeling a little confident with this one.
Yeah. And I mean, Edward has been so effective on getting picks on the B side on his own. I kind of feel like, let's see how well that actually the CT side I talked about with the bait and switch from Existence and RPK on B will work against Edward. Because against other positionings, he's been very effective. Let's see if he actually gets caught off guard or if they actually know the positioning of the Titan players.
Yeah, I mean, well, Zeus is also one to go for the anti-stress, just like Existence. They do a lot of homework night after night. Na'Vi have a rule, they're not allowed a single beer during a tournament as well. It's nothing but focus out of these guys. They don't mess around.
Well, rightly so as well. I feel that's probably how most teams should approach these tournaments. That's absolutely something. You've got to be a professional. At the end of the day, it's your job. You're getting paid a salary. Most of these guys are now. This is, I mean, I got to be honest, if I was doing this job, I was drinking beer during these matches, which would be great, don't get me wrong, and it may actually make the casting a little looser. I don't think I'd keep my job too long. That's how it works. Anyway, Titan, let's see how they do this one. Apex, he's going to be the man on B alongside Maniac, so this gruesome twosome could be the defensive formation that they need. Existence, actually, may find himself behind Na'Vi now. They're going to check his angle. Zeus does get taken down, peeks out, doesn't get the second, and he's going to back away, but Titan know what is coming to them. Or do they? They've rotated heavily. Oh, Seized is going. Oh, if only they'd have stuck to B.
only they'd have stuck to B, but Apex is still here. The defense is not completely gone. Apex, we need to see some big headshots out of him, and he had such an effective CT side on Mirage. We have to see him stand up here and actually get the kills. Instead, he gets flanked out by Seized. Very quick reactions there by the remaining Na'Vi players. They do manage to root him out, and it's down to RPK and Existence. Each has a frag already, and RPK is a real monster with this CZ75. We'll see if he can close the distance and get up close, but Flamey shuts him down, and it's now Existence. Pinned down in a crossfire.
He's going to Flamey, will pick it up. Seized actually ends the round. So, pistol picked up by Na'Vi. Now, this is an important thing because they picked up the pistol on the CT side as well, but immediately Titan managed to fight it straight back to them. Let's see if they can hold on and get themselves a bit of a run going, because once Titan did get that second round, they got themselves 5 rounds back to back. And that would be a nice run for Na'Vi, I feel, because that would run them all the way up to 14 rounds.
Yep. We're gonna see some kind of B play here pretty fast, because I feel it's quite unusual to only have a player towards mid. Maniac actually. Wow. Guardian.
Oh, Guardian, the opening fragger maybe, but it's not going to work out for him this time. I was wondering if why he was being the first guy through there, but it is still going to be a B play. Here we go, Na'Vi pushing through in numbers, going to try and rush down that scout if they can. Zeus does manage to get one down. They know he's hidden behind that box. They're trying to rattle the shots through, but this is all going Titan's way right now. Zeus does finally get one down, but he's all alone. Now he's going to have to pull off a quad kill to just pull and rescue this round for Na'Vi. Once again, Titan in the second round of the half may well pull something off. They do pull something off. Well, Na'Vi, that just backfired on them horribly.
Yeah, the
4
quad kill from Apex. And so he didn't deliver in the pistol, but then he came back and, got the job done in the second round. And I'm wondering if we're going to see more of the Apex that we saw in Mirage, if he's just going to start coming under control, because, T-side is all about the entry frags, right? He's the first man onto a site. These sorts of plays where your likelihood of you dying pretty high. CT side, though, he just seems to be able to hold these clever angles and go for some of the aggression and make it work. Like right now, he's holding underpass, so in case that push comes through from Na'Vi, they're going to get a face full of bullets from him, because he did hold on to that. Well, actually, he passed off the AK. He's got his M4A1 now.
Look at the setup like I was talking about, with Existence kind of being in the middle with Maniac and RPK, baiting for both of the players.
Well, look at this gamble, though. I mean, the long-range shot comes in from Seized. Headshot with the Tech 9. Still just as effective, and that is going to open everything up on this A side. It's practically a free site, though. Titan have not wasted any time at all rotating in.
We're going to see one getting down, but this is going very well for Na'Vi. Can they get another buyback straight over the top of them? They've managed to get Flamey on towards the M4. Maniac, last man, that grenade will get around the back of them. Won't do quite as much damage as he likes, and actually picked up the second HE from the body there, I think he did. Maniac not gonna get it. They know where he is. He's got a defuse kit, but he just can't get close enough. They have his position completely covered off. Flamey picks himself up another double. And well, Na'Vi straight back into it. So 9-9, get themselves another T side, and things are starting to hot up between these two teams, I feel. Titan, that was a bit of a risk for them. They stacked 4 members over at the B side, expecting a quick rush from Na'Vi, but instead, it was all about A.
I'm not sure what information they actually got to make that forced rotation towards B.
They're doing it again?
Now it's on a force buy, so I guess they're getting Maniac boosted up, and they want a double boost, basically.
That's what it's looking like right now, and it's actually going to work. Existence, he gets a drop onto Seized. And then Maniac with that scout holding behind the boxes, peeks 2 guys and still makes it out of there. He is going to get shot, pre-fired there by Guardian, so nicely done there by Na'Vi to root him out. Apex, Kenny, and RPK, the last 3 guys alive here on this B site. The rotation has come out from Titan, but Na'Vi, they're showing some real patience here, some real control. They're going off the information that Edward is feeding them as well. Just nobody is over here on this A site, guys. Don't commit quite yet.
Yeah, and Zeus is already starting to look as well. Edward's almost onto the A site. Zeus is about to make his way through. I think Apex will get tracked by Edward. I think he may have just got a glimpse of him as he passed through the doors there. Yes, he did. So he knows that this site is completely free. He's going to be checking, waiting for Apex to peek around the side there while the rest of Na'Vi move in. So 4 on 3, and it's Titan that are on the rotate. Apex has got himself up close and personal, but he just can't find Edward. He's trying to find the angles. He's still in a good position. Have they forgotten about him? That's the question. He gets in, gets one, doesn't get the second. Flamey with a cross. And now Kenny S, all alone, will get taken down. Chicken paid the price for that one as well. 10-9 for Na'Vi.
It was a bit unlucky for Apex in that situation. He basically turned around.
What, 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't spot out Edward. Yeah. All we can say is that Titan put the grease on for a fist fight, and they just didn't get anything done.
But good methodical play from Na'Vi to get Edward in that lurk and actually spot out the gamble Titan made towards the B side.
Well, Na'Vi, now they can just keep up the pressure because this is pretty much a hard eco out of Titan. Only $300 picked up, spent on a P250 for Apex, so he's got a little bit of the upgraded firepower to work with, but the rest of his team, they're running with standard issue, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get any kind of kill in here.
I think they're going to just try and surprise run down Edward. He's all alone on long. That's about it. While the rest of his team do get themselves in on B site. Flamey is going to get the plant down, and that's going to make it 11-9 for Na'Vi as Titan do manage to get Edward. They're going to rescue his AK and try and run away. Seized is already making tracks, so he doesn't want this gun kept in the hands of Titan. He knows it's going to give them problems. They will just about have enough money to get a buy in this one, and that AK in the hands will be nice. That's a second, actually. Kenny S is going to pick that one up. He's going to have to make a long run around towards it, and it's going to leave him open for Guardian. Not able to get him, though.
Takes the fall damage instead. Just goes straight jumping down, and now Apex holding this angle. He could get the drop on Guardian. This is actually very good damage dealt. Great shot there by Apex, leading around the corner to take out Guardian. 3 kills on a hard eco, on a very hard eco. This is fantastic for Titan. Keeping like Na'Vi's money under control is crucial for them at this point, and we can really see the impact that that's having, or you will see it in a moment after the player cams. That now Na'Vi is getting within control here.
Yeah, and the amount of extra nades they actually gain from that is just insane. They have full smokes, they have 2 Molotovs because of those rifles saved, plus they have a couple of bucks saved up as well that they didn't have to spend.
Yeah, Edward obviously not happy with that, asking their hit points. Let's see, how the hell did you manage to run me down? But has it cost them? That's the question. Na'Vi 11-9 in the lead. Final map here as well, don't forget. This is for the ESL Pro League. Coming out champions. Na'Vi or Titan, both desperate for a win. Get themselves some recognition on the international circuit. Neither have seen victories for quite some while. Yes, I'll give you credit. Yes, they got Gamers Assembly, but really it wasn't an international turnout in terms of teams, certainly in terms of the caliber that have come here. And Seas does get himself the opener. Maniac down in drop, and that's given Na'Vi all they want. They are fully rotating towards B.
Yeah, and I do like the information play they're doing. They're pushing Apex up in the apartments to actually gain the information, and 3 players here on Titan are actually holding the B site now.
And you got to admire that as well. They haven't rotated at all, Titan. Even when they spotted the bomb up in the apartments at the beginning of the round, they still stuck fast on the B site, and Apex is going to catch Zeus, the one lurker there that was sent out by Na'Vi. Now Titan, they're going to be able to focus here and hold this long line. That's existence now. He's going to have to go toe-to-toe with Guardian, who's got that AWP, and he's looking for an angle. He's looking to catch somebody out, and he might very well find somebody, but he turns away at the last second. Can he get the job done? Here it is, and he does deliver in the end. Finds Kenny.
Got clipped from long range, though. RPK manages to get him down. It's down to a 2-on-2. Make that a 2-on-1, and now RPK just rattles down, gets himself a triple. And that attack stopped dead. This game is staying close. 11-10. Did that put their economy in tatters? No, they should be okay. They should be able to buy back straight back up in this one. I say that. Edward does have to go to a Galil.
Yeah, I mean, great play from Titan there. And Existence, who actually like shoulder peeked Guardian, both like 15 seconds for the extra man rotation, which would enable them to do the trade kills when they enter that site.
Fast play coming out from Na'Vi. They're managed to get themselves straight in there. Edward gonna peek around smoke, but look at this. RPK just got a triple. Oh, the grenade. That grenade. Bam, straight on the back of them. Doesn't do too much.
He bounced it off the boxes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they hit the box in the smoke straight away. So he doesn't do anything, in fact. Existence, though, does get himself one. RPK a second. And Na'Vi now, they're in disarray. They're falling apart on this B attack.
They're getting completely shredded right now, and this is a back-to-the-wall kind of round for Na'Vi. They have no money to back this up. They've just forced everything up here. So they have to get an impact in. RPK gets the drop on Zeus. And that's such a clever position to be using as well. Maniac will lock down a very easy shot onto Guardian to secure the 11th round for Titan, and more importantly, secure control for Titan now, who now get to kind of develop a bank of their own and have some kind of cushion to play with.
I love that setup, by the way.
It's like you see Asilian use it, the Danes use it all the time. Asilian, Kjerby, they love getting boosted up on that spot.
It's so effective because you can trade kill with the terrorists, whilst Edward cannot really go for picking style himself. He cannot find entries there on the B. Fast middle push here.
Yeah, it's going to get met by Apex's aggression with that AK. Backed up by Maniac. And 4 members down. Just Edward alive. He's going to get drops. So 12-11. Titan take the lead once again. But it's been a while since they've done this one. They had a good 7-3 lead. They were starting to build it up nicely on the T side, but drawn back to 8-7. Now 12-11. This game, just 6 rounds remain between the two teams. Can Titan get themselves a lead here? As Na'Vi do invest in a buy, but not a full assortment of nades.
Very light on the names. In fact, they've got 4 smokes, a flash on Flamey. They've favored the AKs instead, the higher firepower. They want those instant headshots if they can find them, if they can get the angles in. Edward with the lurk, and this time the nade is a bit more successful. Manages to dodge the second one, however, so decent play there, and he's still looking for somebody to peek out, but they're holding these very closed angles, Titan. They really want Na'Vi to have to commit and walk into the killing line.
Interesting. Okay, they've re-smoked it. Okay, I was about to say, I wonder if they know Edward's out, but that shot's definitely going to give it away. Apex this time is going to get caught out indoors. Kenny S was covering his back, but with 1 man down, are they going to rotate? Existence is moving across, Maniac is moving across, so Titan are rotating into this one, but they seem at odds with themselves here. Edward, they just realized, like, wait, let's not let this guy get back around to us, and Maniac's gone from the double doors all the way back onto B side. Kenny S, now the sole survivor on the A site, is in all sorts of trouble because his team has fallen apart. APK's going to come with him, but he gets taken down. And well, Na'Vi just seems to be pulling Titan from pillar to post on that one. That was a lot of rotating back and forward from Titan and really not a lot of action from them.
And the frustration for Kenny has got to be insane right now. How many shots did he miss there? Not able to, I mean, he missed an opening frag on mid and then he just consistently could not get his crosshairs on a target there. I mean, Apex getting caught, swept, but the fact that Kenny can't get a follow-up, that is incredibly frustrating for such a high-impact player.
Yeah, definitely. And we actually see Kenny switching up to the B side this round.
Are they going to try and take advantage of like the long line here? They could be. I mean, Edward is still lurking around here. And there's the kind of shot that you need out of Kenny. Just insta-gives Edward.
And it's a good job because he was about to go down straight away. Edward had got him lined up dead to rights, but managing to land it. Apex holding that smoke once again, was picked off this time. Titan had gone 3 men on B. Maniac holding the drop. Apex will back up, and Kenny now, after getting that opening frag over on B, has made his way all the way back over to 8. And now V going to play this one a little bit slower. 12-12 all square. Tension palpable between these two teams because they are just 4 rounds away from victory.
And I love that Apex just instantly with Kenny got the rotation and the entry kill there on B. He goes for a he goes defensively, and now the right timing to go for an information play from Apex. They have to know it's going to be B now.
They have, and you see Kenny starting to rotate back as well. He's going to be in position to hold that line with the AWP to stop Na'Vi from crossing over that open ground to get onto that bomb site, unless he loses one of his teammates, Existence, who goes for information in the drop-down room. Instead, it's going to be RPK once again boosted, and Zeus takes out Kenny, and in the space of 2 seconds, Na'Vi, in Na'Vi style, with 15 seconds left in the round, they will get the bomb plant. That's just incredible that Na'Vi are able to just learn from that as well. RPK can't keep using that boost. Na'Vi, every single time now since you've used it, they've checked that position.
And as rightly pointed out by YNK at the start of this round, Titan have thrown everything into this round. They have to hold on to these rifles because they are flat broke out after this one. And they have not, well, they've got the 1 frag. Kenny S got Edward, that was it. And that's not going to even go a great deal because that was with the AWP. Apex will get Flamey down but loses the rifle. And Maniac, the sole survivor, is not going to get hunted down by Na'Vi, so he will hold on to that one. But this is a tricky situation for Titan now because that's going to put them at 13-12, possibly 14-12, and well, just 1 round away from match point maybe for Na'Vi.
They have to go for the eco double. What do you think?
Yeah, they have to do it, and it's a map where it's very, very hard for CTs to go for entry kills. Basically, you have to play on the information plays like Titan have played, like flash in Apex and side holes, and maybe pick off the lurking guy. So I'm not really sure how many actually going to use this rifle or how Titan is going to buy time for him to actually use it.
He's going to be the one that's over at long A. We can see him on the screens there. He's going to try and get around the back of them actually. Edward's going to be the man that challenges. He does get Edward down. That's an AK down. Apex done a great work with the P250 as well. So they picked themselves up 2 here, and that's give Navi pause for thought. They're going to try and get around, but they're so focused on Maniac's position, they are perhaps letting Apex get away with it. If you can get in and rescue that rifle, it would be all the more better, and that's perhaps what they're covering off here. Apex is going to get another peek. He knows the Guardian's there, but he's going to get doubled up on. Seized will get around, and the rest of Titan, they're rotating towards him. Navi, they have to be careful here. These are only USPs, but you can see that I think it's RP the K that's going to go for the quick run around the back.
And he's looking to get the flank in. They saw the bomb. That's the main thing. They spotted out Zeus. They saw the bomb, and the instant rotation comes in from Titan with 35 seconds left. Na'Vi are going to commit to this bomb site. Zeus re-smoking connector there to try and cut that up. But Existence, Maniac, Kenny, they're all here and ready to stop this push from coming through. That M4 is still alive. Maniac has to make it count.
It's going to have to go huge here. Seized. Is he going to show his back to him? He's showing back to the one of them. He will pop out. He gets one down. Doesn't get the second. RPK will, though. He's managed to take it into a one-on-one, and Seized only has 29 health. RPK with the AWP, but honestly, he'd be better off using a pistol right now. That grenade is going to flash over. Doesn't catch him out. He's looking the wrong side of this van. RPK, the newest member of the team, although albeit some time ago, got himself in a good position, goes up on high, tries to find him, he's right there! And he does manage to work it out. Titan with a mishmash of pistols, and finally that rifle, pull it off. And well, where does that leave Na'Vi? They can get themselves a whole assortment of rifles, but we're all square once again, 13-13. Are we possibly going to be seeing overtime here? This is going down the wire.
This is just crazy, and I have to credit Maniac, even though he got an entry and he backed off. That's the most important thing. He didn't risk anything. He made Na'Vi actually take over the side holes, and they bought so much time for the end that every Titan player could actually rotate to the A side and kind of bait for Maniac having that weapon in the back of the side.
Now that was just, and it's so fitting that it's RPK. RPK, the legend, to get the clutch with the no-scope at the end. I mean, just incredible play. Now we have a real, yeah, exactly, you're right, D-Man. This is just going down to the wire, perfectly fitting for a third map of a grand finals.
Well, it's something we wanted, especially after a 16-12, 16-8. We were okay, well, I want to see a real close one here. Let's make this final a good one. And why, God, are they delivering? Edward, only with the Tech 9. Maniac's going to find the drop, but Seized will be better at it. That smoke is going to buy them time. Is it going to be a fake, though? We can see they haven't dropped down yet, Flamey and Seized. And instead, they're choosing to keep Titan guessing. They haven't backed away either.
Going for that information play again.
Apex, he's going to head in, try and take the peek. Guardian is there. Guardian lands the shot. Incredible shot there. Managing to open things up. Now it's going to be Kenny, the back line. He's got his AWP. He's holding that cross towards A apartments. He's ready and waiting for Guardian to peek out. In the meantime, 3 members here for Na'Vi pushing forward. Existence has managed to take out one of the flankers, but there's a second one there. They're doubling up. Na'Vi, are they going to be able to get onto this site? This is crucial. Quick 1-for-1 trade, and Guardian not able to connect with the man in balcony. Existence finally caves, and it's just RPK alone.
Again, RPK is being asked to deliver for his team. The bomb goes down. Seized has got around the back of him, and RPK knows it. Seized is very low, but this is all valuable seconds ticking away for RPK, and Seized will get the kill. 14-13, and once again, Titan are in trouble. They are pretty broke.
Do you risk it all?
They've got Kenny that can afford to buy. They're going to have to force, surely, or do they risk it? This is the question. This is where you come in, the expert. They're going to risk it to match point. That's what they're going to go for.
No, they're actually just buying a C-set. They're actually going for a save with just a couple pistols, and I mean, it's a judge. Like, it's so hard to make that call. Like, but I actually think they've been able to slow Na'Vi down and been very mature in like how they reset and go for the information plays. So I actually think like in the later parts of the game with full nades, they've actually played very, very well. And I think it's the right choice. I think they have a better opportunity winning.
To pick up 2 rounds.
Yeah.
To pick up 2 rounds. Although Na'Vi right there, they really just are playing very thorough themselves, right? Double HE in a drop-down room. We aren't going to have any kind of boost shenanigans from you there, Titan. So you can see Maniac and Existence pretty much dead even on their HP in the low 30s. That's pain right there for Titan, especially when, you know, they don't have much firepower to work with. They need every point that they can get. Apex, he had. Oh, he's looking away. Yeah, unfortunately, he looks away. But last time around when he was in that position, he did do some damage with that P250.
And that's given Na'Vi all the advantage they needed. They're in on site. They've got it smoked off. 4 members of Na'Vi all over A site. Titan, well aware of this one. And they're clearly having a discussion, actually. Looking at them, there's just a lot of talking going on between the team. They want to make their mindset. They know that they're going to be at match point. They need to get it clear in their minds. This next round is either win or lose.
Yeah. And
Not so much win, but keep in it.
they have to pick up the next 2 rounds, and it's a matter of how are they going to do it. It's a very, very difficult situation to be in. Are they going to go for a gamble? Are they actually, do they believe in the way they are playing, or are they changing things up?
Well, do you stack a site? That's the question, because Na'Vi have actually been pushing onto A site and successfully taking it.
And that round wasn't enough either. That round is not enough. They're actually going to just go ahead and commit and use their timeout. Na'Vi used their timeout already on this first map, or on this map rather, and Titan now deciding to use their own. So I believe they have up to 3 minutes pause. So they can actually go ahead and, well, just, they can go ahead and discuss further what they had in mind. Maniac not doing a lot of the talking. Seems like Existence might be expressing himself along with Apex, perhaps. RPK is always one to just kind of just sit there and absorb the information, though. I mean, he is the tank, he's just kind of like idling in the wings.
I actually think Existence isn't even talking.
No.
I think it's actually just thinking, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I think it's just like, guys, let's just take a moment.
And everyone think, can you come up with something?
Okay, well, Maniac's nodding, so clearly someone is talking, whether that's possibly Apex around the side that we can't quite see. It's not Kenny S, that's for sure.
Kenny's taking his headset off right there. Kenny just looking intensely frustrated. And I mean, he's only got 13, 6, and 16. This is the guy who just, a few weeks ago was dropping like 30, 40 bombs. So that's quite a turn of events there for him. And Titan, without their primary opera like that, or at least with him not on his game, they are still able to make a grand finals. That is what's incredible here. They are still able to battle back, pick up so many T rounds on multiple maps, and get into a grand finals 2 rounds away from overtime.
And I want to actually talk about this, because you mentioned earlier on that the fact that Cobble kind of isn't really an AWPer map these days.
No.
Is it something where, you even talk to Europe and go, you know what? Switch to a rifle. I mean, because you guys, obviously, you have the benefit that you have JW all up, in fact, half the team that can just pick up AWPer free, but they also use rifles quite with ease.
Olaf plays rifle on this map, JW plays rifle, and if we actually go for an AWP, it's actually like flashes, like, I want to take a peek, like, on the side connector. It's becoming more to JW. In the end, he's practicing a lot, because it's weird angles to actually go aggressive. Like the mid, like the ledge in the middle, where you kind of look up the hill. There's like basically every position of that ledge the T's can actually hold you for.
Well, just to close on that thought, right? We have here 2 teams. Their operas are basically specialists.
Yeah.
They don't do the rifle.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the map favors it or not. Kenny is the god opper, Guardian as well, and like the only other one that comes to mind is like Chris J and Alu, right? So here you like there is no discussion, right? It's just literally going to be, I'm going to use that scoped rifle, and that's going to be it, the end all be all.
Yeah. Once again, RPK in position at the tree. It's been working out well for them on the B site, but the B site seems to be where Na'Vi have decided to go this time. It's been a pretty heavy push onto A. Maniac with that FAMAS is about to get very busy. There's a hell of a lot of grenades, flashes, mollies, all going down towards him, but nobody as of yet has peaked, because that smoke that Maniac has put out there is holding him back. Guardian, he shows his head. Maybe those are the shots they had to make. Siege does get themselves one back on the board. 15-13. This is match point for Na'Vi, and they're pushing through onto B site.
And Seized has already stepped in, taken out Apex. Guardian found Kenny, the rotator. This is down to RPK and Existence, the last 2 alive. Existence steps in, takes out Guardian, but loses RPK, and it's down to half HP on Existence. This could be it. Na'Vi have won a championship, and look at Zeus, the reaction already. It is possible.
A little jig coming out from Zeus there. A dance and a victory for Na'Vi. 16-13 on Cobblestone was the score. 16-12 on Mirage. And 16-8 to Titan on Cash. But
Look
wow.
how happy they are, man.
Yeah, a team that deserves it. So much hard work from these guys. So much sacrifice, and they are now standing on the podium in the first position. That's just amazing.
Yeah, just great play. I mean, they after that timeout, they were down so far behind. They were so far behind on this map.
7-3 on the CT side, stopped 8-7 at half-time. It's something they did in the semi-finals against Envy as well. 7-1 down, brought a pause out. Whatever the hell Zeus discussed, whatever Starix comes out with, whatever pearls of wisdom, absolutely seems to work. Brilliantly played for them.
No, for both teams, really. Both of them extremely hardworking, just incredible teams that we had right there. Truly fitting that they were the teams to make it through the bracket, to make it to the grand final. And, we've just been emphasizing this story. But now, after so long, it's almost like past memory. Na'Vi have won a championship in CSGO.
And it's been a long time of coming. And where does this take them? That's the question. Where do they go from here? Now that they've got that victory on there, they made that change with Flamey coming in, Starix becoming effectively the coach. It worked. It was a great change. Is it a honeymoon? We'll find out. Obviously, the next tournament for them, I believe, is probably Bucharest. Are they going to Bucharest? Did they qualify for that one?
No, I don't think it.
I don't think they've made Bucharest. I think they're going to be at
They got knocked out by Flipside in the
Yes, they did, the last chance tournament. But, well, I don't want to remind them of that one because they've just gone and won a tournament. Na'Vi are on stage. It's going to be Guardian, I believe, with Sean Charles.
Thank you so much, Lee. I am joined by a man who needs absolutely zero introduction and a team that has absolutely wowed everybody this weekend from start to finish. Guardian, how are you feeling right now?
Well, it's something great. I'm speechless. It's been a long time that we have won some tournament or something, and even though we started so badly at the first day, we lost to Dignitas, and then we lost first map against Virtus.pro, and suddenly we came back somehow and won the tournament. It's great.
Now, your road here has been, you guys have done a lot of things that people didn't expect you to do, but you've always believed and you've always stayed humble. What do you think's been the magic sauce for you guys?
Well, I would say it was the key factor was that we took timeouts in the right time, and we were able to come back and found the team spirit we needed to come back in the game. So I would say it's the right decisions in game.
Now, obviously, the guys have been fantastic throughout, and things have worked for you. Was there anything particular that you had going into this game that you said, hey, that's what we're going to do, that executed, that worked well for you?
Well, we just said that we will play our game, and we won't we didn't take a look at their tactics or something, so we just played our game, and yeah, that's it.
Now, of course, the big question is you've just won the ESL Pro League. What happens now? Obviously tonight a bit of party. Tell us all about it.
Probably we will celebrate the win, and I don't know, we will see.
Well, I get a pretty illustrious moment here, so I'm going to take this in my hand here, and I think if I bring it here in front of all you guys, maybe we can count down together. You can take... Oh, there you go, please. Ladies and gentlemen, your victors, Na'Vi ESL Pro League.
What a weekend it has been. You can just hear the cheers as we fade on in. They are very happy, and I'm sure they'll be sure to make the most out of what Cologne has to offer this evening to celebrate. It's been a really kind of bumpy road of some upsets. We've had some kind of this weird rule established where you don't win your map pick. We've basically had a bit of a journey, and it's been great to share that with people at the desk. Now, any closing thoughts as we now have our victors of the ESL Pro League?
No, I think for Na'Vi, it's going to be exciting to see if this is something more to come here for them. Are they going to be able to sustain this mode that they've brought in? That's the hard part. I think it's easier to climb up there, but to stay up there, that's where the real grind starts.
That's when we're going to have to see if we're going to be seeing a little bit more Navi in the future. How about you, Halvor?
I really hope we see more of Navi. We saw them win Starladder way back when, and they never made it back until now. So let's hope that's not the case this time around. And from the looks of it and how they played at this tournament with Flamey, I don't see that as a realistic chance. I think Navi's going to stick around and be a pain to a lot of the teams around.
Yeah. I think that's a nice ending note. Navi, Natus Vincere really securing their victory with a real... I mean, it was a grand final. We took the best of 3. We took every round we possibly could, really, there, bar 1 or 2. And I think it's my job to really just say a big thank you to everyone at home for tuning in and enjoying the ESL Pro League finals with us. A couple of Twitter promotions. Do get over to ESL CS and just let us know how you found the tournament, and if you hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And for some individuals, the presence is on the desk. We have, of course, at Vendetta. Is it at Vendetta CS:GO?
That's correct.
At Natu CS:GO?
Yeah.
At Fnatic Devil Walker, of course, was casting that last game, and myself at Machini TV. From everyone here at ESL, thanks again for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time.